Hello everyone, this is THB here today with another Magic the Gathering video. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about Theros Beyond Death and the escape mechanic. So a bunch of cards leaked, including a giant spoiler, which is Elspeth, and so I am going to be covering the mechanic that is seen on this Planeswalker. It's one of the few times that the Planeswalkers have the mechanic. I mean with like things like a mass it's a little different, but an alternate casting cost, that's probably one of the first. So, Escape is a new mechanic found in Theros Beyond Death. It allows you to pay a mana cost, along with exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard to cast the card from your graveyard. You can do this as many times as you'd like. Some cards gain a bonus when they're cast with their escape cost. So, an example would be you pay 6, and then exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. Then you get to cast this card from your graveyard. So you don't get the option to cast it like that from your hand. It has to be in your graveyard. So, Chainweb Arachneer is probably a much better look at how this is going to work. So, basically, you play it on turn 1 as a 1-2 with reach, and it fights something, if maybe, either way. Then it dies. Then you pay 5 and exile 4 other cards from your graveyard, which means if you're going to build an escape deck, you have to be able to feed your graveyard a lot, saying each time it's going to cost you 4. But then it enters with 3+1/+1 counters on it, which not only makes it a much bigger threat, being a 4/6, a 4/6, oh my goodness, a 4/5, but it also, now that first ability also becomes more powerful, meaning that they work better later on in the game. When it comes to Elspeth, you'll notice that she doesn't have any positives, so there's no way for her to gain loyalty outside of proliferating. But you can recast her, so you can kill her with her loyalties and recast her to then do it again. So that's an interesting mechanic. Now, what I found interesting on this is that the mechanic is actually on the bottom of Elspeth instead of the top, but who knows. It's also interesting to note here, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this last one, this is the full art version of Elspeth, so the normal art will not look like this. Alrighty, so that's it for this video. I think, well, I guess I should probably talk about what I think this is going to do in Standard. I don't think it's going to have that big of an effect. I could be wrong. I said Adventurers weren't going to take over Standard, and now there's 2 very popular meta decks because 1 card was spoiled. So, until we see all the cards, you really can't say this is going to affect the meta, but I don't know so much if Escape is going to be a deck because it has to exile 4 other cards from your graveyard, and so if you're building a deck that's like whenever a creature escapes, well, you're now exiling things, and so it's very difficult. Now, there could be a card that like reduces the amount of cards you need to exile and all that, but with what we have now, I think this could be an interesting support in another deck, but not a deck itself. Alrighty guys, that's it for this video. The reason you are seeing this weird website here is because, well, these were leaked cards. Obviously, Wizard of the Coast doesn't have a website for that, so I put it on my website. Along with a couple other basic Theros Beyond Death information, some other basic Theros Beyond Death information, and all the mechanics. I'm going to be doing a video coming out here shortly talking about Devotion, which has already been a mechanic, so I covered it last, but it's interesting to see. Alrighty guys, that's it for this video, for real this time. I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and bye!